Good morning, students. This is Seema Gaur from LP Savani Vidya Bhavan. Today we are going to start Standard 8 Social Science, Chapter number 1 Arrival of Europeans in India. We have learned in the previous standard that many years ago our country was one of the leading countries in the world. Our country was distinct in the whole world. The people of various countries were being influenced by our culture and prosperity. Many people worldwide were eager to enter into trade with our country and earn wealth out of it. Dear students, do you remember in the standard 7th we had learned that what was the prosperity, culture, and heritage of our country during the period of Harshvardhan and Pulkeshi too? Wasn't it a great? And so it was also called the Golden Bird. Second paragraph. Earlier, the merchants from the various countries came to India from northwest by land route for the purpose of trading. For years, the Arab traders undertook trade through land route. But as situations changed, trade through land route stopped. Consequently, the demand for the Indian commodities like silk, cotton clothes, muslin, black pepper, spices, etc. increased in the European countries. To take the advantage of this situation, many countries of Europe started searching for a sea route to India. Look at the map. Trading was done from the northwestern part of India with the Arabs and the different countries. But due to some reasons, the land route stopped and the demand arose for the Indian commodities in the European countries. They could not do without our products like cotton, spices, etc. So many countries started searching for the sea route to India, and many adventurous sailors of Europe and other countries started searching for sea route to come to India. First we will learn about Christopher Columbus. Columbus, an Italian explorer, was one of the brave sailors who ventured out the sea route to India. He thought that one can go to the east via west also. Why did he believe so? Think about it. Yes, he thought so because the world is round. And so he started moving towards the west. Columbus started his journey to India and accidentally reached America. As long as he lived, he was under the misconception that he had discovered the sea route to India. Hence, even today, the natives of America are called Red Indians, and the island group in the Caribbean is known as West Indies. Columbus never reached India, but he discovered America. Next was Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, a native of Portugal, discovered the sea route to India. He encircled the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa and reached the port of Calicut on the historical date of 22nd May 1498 after crossing the Indian Ocean. The then ruling king of Calicut, Zamorin, gave permission to Portuguese to trade. So now let's see the map. Portuguese. See, the Vasco da Gama travelled all the way from here. He came near the South Africa, Cape of Good Hope, and then he came to the port of Calicut. So he was the first person to find out the sea route to India. After getting permission from King Zamorin, the Portuguese established a fort in Calicut for trade in 1500 CE. They fortified it and appointed a commander-in-chief, namely Albuquerque, to safeguard the fort. Moving northwards, Albuquerque conquered Goa in 1506 CE, and within a span of 100 years, the Portuguese took control of Mangalore, Cochin, Goa, Div, Mumbai, and islands of Lanka. Now take a note that Vasco da Gama only got the permission to trade with India, but Portuguese, they became powerful after establishing their fort in Calicut and started conquering the territories of India towards north. And they conquered some of the territories like Mangalore, Cochin, Goa, Div, Mumbai, and island of Lanka. Now, end of Portuguese rule. We know that the Portuguese came in 1498, that is by the end of 15th century. Now in beginning of 17th century, the Portuguese expanded their trade to Bengal. At this time, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan ruled India from Delhi. The Subedar of Bengal complained to Shah Jahan about the behavior of Portuguese. Thus, the fort of Hooghly was demolished and the ships were burnt as per the order of the emperor. In this way, the Portuguese rule came to end with the exception of territories of Div, Daman and Goa. Now, the Portuguese are left with only the territories of Div, Daman and Goa. As we have learned that many countries were interested in trading with India and searching the sea route to India. First the Christopher Columbus, then the Vasco da Gama, and now the Dutches were ready to do trade with India. So after the 100 years of the arrival of Portuguese at the end of the 16th century, the Dutch of Holland, which are right now known as the Netherlands, came to India for trading. Initially, they established forts at Pulicat and Madras. They also established a trading center at Agra in the year 1663. Meanwhile, the Britishers also arrived in India and the Dutch could not withstand the competition against the British. It was a period when the Britishers also took interest in India. Now, British interest in India. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth of England in the year 1600 CE, the British established the East India Company. This company belonged to the merchants who wanted to increase their wealth by undertaking trade with India. The first British ship arrived in India at the port of Surat in the year 1608 CE. Captain of the ship was the W. Hawkins, was the first British to set foot in India. He met Jahangir but did not get his permission to trade. Thereafter, Sir Thomas Roy arrived in India, who acquired the permission to establish a trading center in Surat. Later, Delhi went in the hands of Shah Jahan, and Shah Jahan gave the permission to the British to carry out trade in Bengal. Meanwhile, the Duchess could not stand in the competition, and British established their trade in India. Like other European countries, the French also wanted to start the trading with India. So the French established the French East India Company in the year 1664 CE. They established factories in Surat, Machilipatnam and Puducherry. The head of the French company was Joseph Francois Dupleix, who had the desire to expand the European rule in India. Thus, the French and the British stood in the competition against each other to become the strongest European company. There were innumerable disputes and battles, and finally, the British emerged as the winners. However, the French retained their control over the trading centers of Puducherry, Mahe, and Chandranagar. Britishers were so powerful that the Dutch and the French could not stand against them, and they were left out with some of the territories, and the remaining went to under the control of Britishers. Let us have a quick recap of today's chapter. First point, our country was distinct in the whole world. Many people worldwide were eager to trade with India. Earlier, the trade was carried out from northwest of India by land route. As the land route stopped, there was increase in demand for Indian commodities like silk, cotton, muslin, spices, etc. Many countries of Europe started searching for a sea route to India. Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer, accidentally reached America and believed that he had found the sea route to India. Vasco da Gama of Portugal found the sea route to India on 22nd of May 1498. The expansion of Portuguese, and the next is the end of the Portuguese rule. We have also learned about the arrival of Dutch at the end of 16th century and British interest in India. Also about the French and the establishment of their rule. Lastly, the Britishers emerged as the winners. That's all for today's session. Thank you.